Confirmation in the last few minutes as I was running through the classifiers that is now officially a Arsenal player. The medicals passed earlier today. Personal terms were agreed. That news broke around about 3 hours ago. But in the last few minutes, news confirmed, is a gunner. He has made...
The sun had barely risen over the Hertfordshire countryside when the blacked-out SUVs began rolling through the gates of the Sobha Realty Training Centre. While the facility has undergone a high-profile rebranding in recent years, the sense of history at London Colney remains palpable. Today, however, the air felt different. The Rodrygo effect had officially arrived at Arsenal's inner sanctum, as the club's record-breaking signing prepared for his very first session under the watchful eye of Mikel Arteta. As Rodrygo stepped out onto the pristine turf, he was met with a warm but professional reception from his new teammates. Captain Martin Ødegaard, himself a former Real Madrid prodigy, was the first to greet the Brazilian, sharing a brief conversation in Spanish to help ease the transition. The camaraderie was instant. Despite the astronomical price tag hanging over his head, Rodrygo appeared relaxed, sporting the new Arsenal training kit with the easy confidence of a player who has already conquered Europe. Mikel Arteta did not waste a moment of the session. The Spaniard is known for his non-negotiables, and he immediately pulled Rodrygo aside for a tactical briefing using the giant 5-metre-tall outdoor screen that has become a staple of Arsenal's training sessions. Through animated gestures, Arteta outlined the specific pockets he expects the winger to occupy, emphasizing the fluid rotations that have become a hallmark of the Gunners' attacking philosophy. The training session began with high-intensity rondos, a drill designed to test quick thinking and technical precision in tight spaces. Rodrygo immediately stood out. His first touch, featherlight and purposeful, drew appreciative nods from the likes of Declan Rice and William Saliba. Even in a simple warm-up, the Brazilian's Madrid pedigree was evident as he navigated the press of his teammates with a level of composure that suggested he had been playing in this system for years. As the session progressed into tactical 11v11 drills, the coaching staff moved Rodrygo onto the right flank to link up with Ben White and Ødegaard. The chemistry was surprisingly swift. On several occasions, Rodrygo's trademark inward diagonal runs forced the defensive unit to scramble, creating space for overlapping runs. It was exactly the gravity Arteta had hoped for, a player so dangerous that he forces the opposition to compromise their defensive structure. Beyond the tactical drills, there was a clear focus on integration. During the hydration breaks, Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli were seen flanking their compatriot, likely helping him navigate the nuances of the London Colney complex. Having a strong Brazilian contingent at the club has undoubtedly smoothed Rodrygo's first day, transforming a potentially daunting first day at school into a homecoming of sorts within the Arsenal family. Interestingly, the session also gave a glimpse into Rodrygo's physical readiness. Despite the midwinter schedule, he looked sharp and explosive. The club's performance staff monitored every movement via GPS vests, and early data suggests that the winger is in peak condition. This is vital for Arsenal, who face a grueling run of fixtures where they will need their new superstar to hit the ground running without the luxury of a lengthy adaptation period. Arteta's hands-on approach was visible throughout the morning. He spent a significant amount of time orchestrating attacking patterns, where Rodrygo was encouraged to combine with Bukayo Saka on the opposite wing. The sight of two of the world's most exciting young wingers on the same pitch sent a buzz through the small group of staff and media permitted to watch. The potential for these two to swap flanks and disrupt low blocks is a terrifying prospect for Premier League defenders. The defensive unit, led by Gabriel Magalhães, certainly didn't go easy on the newcomer. In one spirited exchange, Gabriel put in a firm but fair challenge to welcome his international teammate to the physical reality of English football. Rodrygo laughed it off, springing back to his feet, a small but significant sign of the grit and resilience he will need to succeed in the Premier League's high-octane environment. As the session wound down, the focus shifted to set-piece routines. Under the guidance of set-piece coach Nicolas Jova, Rodrygo was seen practicing deliveries and late arriving runs into the box. His versatility was once again the talking point. He possesses the technical ability to be a provider but also the predatory instinct to finish moves, a dual-threat capability that adds a new dimension to Arsenal's deadball situations. The atmosphere at the Sobha Realty Training Centre was one of focused intensity. There was no sign of the deadline day hangover that sometimes plagues clubs after a major deal. Instead, there was a sense of renewed purpose. The players seemed to recognize that the board has delivered a world-class talent, and the onus is now on the squad to integrate him into their pursuit of silverware. After the final whistle of the practice match, Rodrygo remained on the pitch for extra shooting practice with Martinelli. The two Brazilians stayed out for an additional 20 minutes, testing David Raya with a series of curling efforts from the edge of the box. This commitment to the extras is something Arteta prizes highly and will have surely noted as he looks to finalize his starting lineup for the weekend. The session concluded with a team debrief in the heart of the facility. While the details of the meeting remain private, the body language of the group suggested a collective buy-in. Rodrygo was seen clapping and engaging with the youngsters, including Ethan Nwaneri, showing an early willingness to lead by example and embrace the club's culture beyond just his individual performance. As Rodrygo walked back toward the Medical and Rehabilitation Centre for his post-training recovery, he paused to look back at the pitches. His first day at the Emirates training base was officially in the books. It was a day of high standards, tactical growth, and the beginning of what Arsenal fans hope will be a legendary chapter in the club's history. The heist is complete, now the work begins.